one of the things that I have to say is that you got to be really careful of administrators. Because first of all, there's so much data out there. In fact, I was just reading something yesterday about administrators compared to physicians' salaries over the last 10 years was over 50 times greater than in terms of increase in salaries compared to physicians. I was negotiating a contract, and this guy sits across from me, and he says, we're going to use the MGMA guidelines. You're going to get 50% of the what the normal amount is. So it's $500,000. That's what you're going to get. So I looked at him and I said, okay, if they're in the 50th percentile, does that mean they're the best of the worst, or are they the worst of the best? Is that what you think of these guys? In other words, aren't they the top 10% of docs in this area? The bottom line is that a lot of them try to use a work RVU 55 to 60. And what I've done with some of the healthcare attorneys is I've asked them to look at what the docs are getting in the area for the private practice docs. So let's say they're getting 70 to 72 per work RVU. Is saying, wait a minute, if these guys are getting $72 per RVU and they're in your practice area, there's no reason in heck that you can't make the same negotiation. And they'll say, no, we got to stay in those MGMA guidelines. That is absolute nonsense. They'll try to say that that's the law. It's not the law, because the prevailing area that you're working in has a $72 or even $75 per RVU work RVU. And all of a sudden their salaries bump up by $300,000 to $400,000.